So I can assure you that it is Monday. It is about 17 minutes until midnight. So technically speaking, it's still day 5. So I'm not going to get up the next morning and talk about it like I did yesterday. No, I'm going to talk about it on the day, so it's all fresh in my mind. That being said, let's talk about what happened on day 5. So day 5, of course, was the last official day I will be staying at the Disneyland Hotel. Really cool gimmick about the Disneyland Hotel. It includes also Grand Californian and Paradise Pier. If you're staying at one of those 3 hotels, you have access to a special entrance that actually gets you into the actual Disney California Adventure Park. That's kind of cool, actually. It actually gets you right out into the park, very close to Soarin'. So that's really cool, and it helped me rope drop this morning. But we'll talk about that in a second. So I had breakfast this morning. I finished the donuts I had left over from Sip and Snack the other day. That video's coming. The videos that we're doing right now, of course, they're coming too. And I got into California Adventure about 8:40, and I joined the crowd, of course, at the rope drop for Adventures Campus, and I went straight to Web Slingers. That's right to Spider-Man, just like always. And I did very well in Spider-Man, actually, probably better than I've ever done in the 200,000s. Had a picture, but of course I lost it, so it doesn't sound like, oh, and you're probably lying. No, I'm not lying. I did very well, so that was kind of good. And then I went straight to Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. I really enjoyed it. Now, granted, there's different sequences, different songs that are used during the show. And we've had one before, and now I have a brand new one. So that's interesting to see if I'm going to get another one this week. And I'm going to get all of the different profiles. So I've always gone to the right, and I've never gone to the left. And you go to the left so I can go up the stairs, and I can see the rest of the stuff in the collector's room. So yeah, I want to try to find other things. I found like the Abominable Snowman from Matterhorn, but I've not found like Figment or anything like that yet, but I do want to look for those. Hopefully I'll be able to find them the next time. Another great run of Guardians of the Galaxy. Then I finally met up with Troy because he was having breakfast and walking over from his hotel. And then we went over to Cars Land where we saw that Luigi's Rollickin' Roadsters was available. So it's like, yeah, let's go ride it because I've never rode it before. Trackless ride, very entertaining, very fun. And still have the California takeout shot. Still the Christmas overlay. So that was kind of cool. It's interesting because it kind of reminded me of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. So the part where, if you ever rode the ride, it is the part where Minnie's doing the ballet. That's what it reminded me of because it was kind of like in sync, like all the cars were together, and then did like the spin at the end. That was kind of cool. And then, of course, I had to get our Dan Whitney on because that's what you do in Cars Land, and Mater's Junkyard Jamboree knocked that off the list. Very similar to Alien Swirling Saucers at Disney's Hollywood Studios. I enjoyed it. It was fun. Decent ride. Went straight over to Paradise Pier, in this case Pixar Pier, and that would be where I did Toy Story Midway Mania with Troy. I'm not the greatest, probably the worst I've ever done in pretty much recorded history. I know I probably have done worse before in the past. I may be over-embellishing, but probably not by much because, yeah, it was pretty bad. I finally did single rider for Goofy Sky School, which, of course, I did it back when it was Mulholland Madness. So, technically speaking, it's not counting as a credit for Goofy Sky School unless I ride Goofy Sky School. It reminded me how much I absolutely hate Primeval Whirl. That's why I'm glad it's gone. Needless to say, it was a thing. It happened. And back over to Guardians and had a good drop sequence on Guardians. Then we went to Schmoozies. Schmoozies, actually, we got a milkshake. Cookies and cream milkshake. It had like mouse ears on it, and it had like a sorcerer's hat, like piece of like fondant. That was really good. And it's got like the red like glitter like sprinkles on the side of the rim of the actual cup itself. Really good, really solid, very enjoyable, and a lot of good whipped cream there. And then, of course, we hopped over to Disneyland, and we went straight to Rise of the Resistance. Long line, really long line, even longer than I've experienced in Orlando. I'll say right now, there's not much difference to it. A little bit difference on the queue, a little difference on some of the actual presentation itself, but by and large, the ride is still the same. Still enjoyable, still solid. And then we had time to finally do something I've been wanting to do for a long time, Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. So I got to knock that off the list, and lo and behold, once again, Golden Dream was the song that ended the actual show itself. So, yeah, that's makes me think, hopefully, with Voices of Liberty coming back officially this weekend, that I'll get Golden Dream in the Rotunda one way or another before 2022 is over, and I hope that that is the case. Also, more Americana. I got to watch the flag retreat. That was really cool, and I got to hear a lot more of the a cappella, like, Americana music. That was cool. So it was like a nice little Voices tribute, basically. Not really a tribute per se, but it was nice. It reminding me of the fact that I'll be on the Red Circle again in about a week, which I'm super excited about. Then after the flag retreat, we did the Disneyland Railroad. That was really cool. Haven't been able to be on that since 2009. Obviously, that was something I enjoyed back then. Went around the entire loop scheme. We ended back in Main Street, and then afterwards, we went to Rose Tavern, which is basically the same kind of gist as Pinocchio's Village House in Magic Kingdom. Really good stuff. I had the flatbread pizza, very good, and it reminded me of Pizza Hut. Actually tasted almost identical to Pizza Hut. Had some nice shoestring fries. They were good, need a little bit more salt. And I had the gray stuff, their version of the gray stuff, which has like sprinkles and like a Christmas star on top of it. So yeah, it was the gray stuff mixed with like red velvet cake, a little raspberry cookie in the bottom. It was actually really good. So that video coming very soon to the network. And we hopped back, take a shot. We went to Star Tours first, and very similar to the same. Queue's a little different, not much, just a little bit different. And we got a new profile that I've never seen before, so that was cool. And then we hopped back over to California Adventure Day in the night because a lot of problems with actual, like, the Wi-Fi was down all day. A lot of rides kept going down. And, of course, when they went down, it made everything else rise back up. So didn't get on, like, Indiana Jones, anything like that, because Space Mountain, because they were super long because they had shut down. And then when they come back on, it's like, nah, it's not going to work. So we went over to Radiator Springs Racers, and I got to race, which was great because use a single rider line, and we got to do it in the dark. That was super cool. And then, of course, right afterwards, I did something that I haven't done in a long time, and that was I joined the cult. No, not officially. No, even though I was wearing my Dark Order shirt, does not matter because different kind of cult, and that would be the cult of Monsters University, and not really. But the thing about it is, at the end of the day, it reminded me of Superstar Limo, and yeah, I did Mike and Sully to the rescue. And it's fun. It's a nice traditional dark ride. I make the joke about Monsters University being a cult, and it truly is. But this was way before Monsters University was even a thing or even an idea in anyone's mind, before the Monsters, Inc. universe got ruined for me forever because of that god-awful movie. Needless to say, that's the reason why I call it a cult to this day. But yeah, it was nice to see traditional Monsters, Inc. That was cool. And then we went back to Web Slingers and ended the night with a nice little run ski. Me and Troy had the vehicle to ourselves, and we did pretty decent. I actually beat him just barely. And then I came back to the hotel, and it was like, you know what? The weather's really nice outside. It's going to be like super cold in the morning. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to run. I don't want to get up early tomorrow if I don't have to. I already have to get up early enough anyway to get things ready to go because I have to leave tomorrow and go to my third hotel. Needless to say, that's something that I had to do. So I was like, yeah, fine, I'm going to run. So I tried to find a place to run. I kind of ran in circles a little bit around the parking lot like I always do. Ended up going into the residential area. Got a little bit a ways away from the actual hotel itself. And I finished in the parking lot. And, of course, that made my time very slow, which sucked. But, I mean, it's still decent. Still getting 4 miles in. Then afterwards, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go and check out the fitness center. Bang out for 36 minutes on the elliptical. Because that way I was able to knock out another episode of MC True Long Island Story. So that was kind of cool. And now I'm here filming this video for you guys and girls out there, and that's going to be your video for today. So tomorrow, back to Disney's California Adventure and Disneyland Park, and I will be checking into my third hotel after 9 p.m. tomorrow night. So I got that to come. Lots of things still to come, so solidifying even more things. So, of course, back at Disney on tomorrow, on Wednesday. Thursday, we're actually going to open Disney, and then we're going to go to Pacific Palisades, and I'm going to knock out three of the movies I need to see right now: The Lost Daughter, The Power of the Dog, and Tick, Tick, Boom. And after what happened at the Globes last night, yeah, I kind of need to watch all of the above. So also, after that, We're going to do Disney one last day on Friday. Saturday, we're going to Universal Studios. And then Saturday night, we're going to watch Scream. And then Sunday, we're going to Six Flags Magic Mountain with Eric. And that's going to be really fun. Looking forward to it, to knock out some more coaster creds. And then on Monday, my final day in town, what am I going to do? Spend 3 hours in a theater and watch Drive My Car. That's probably what's going to happen. And who knows what's going to happen on top of that. And I'll fly out at 10 o'clock that night. So that being said, thank you for following along with me on Twitter, on Snapchat, and also here in these videos that will be posted eventually. And that being said, I want to thank you guys and girls out there for watching. And until tomorrow, boys and girls, that's all I got to say about that.